Welcome back everyone, and it's time to go balls deep. Today is a special day for Asta. Asta already proved he's the ultimate warrior, but he's doing it once again in the latest chapter. Briefly going over his feats showcases why he has the best moments in this arc. Number 1, he beat Liber and got Union mode that literally makes him broken hacks and the freaking strongest character in the entire series, where my man has broken the entire power scaling system. Number 2, he killed the ancient demon in front of everyone and saved them, getting reputation and social credit. Number 3, he killed Nama and Lilith, which again saved everyone and killed the strongest enemy in this entire arc so far. Nice. And number 4, he slayed Noelle's palm, made her wet, and won her heart. Gotcha, bitch. This guy has a harem. He's the harem king on top of that. So, drum roll please. He's getting a new transformation and a spell with the katana. This is a moment we predicted months ago, so it isn't really a shock to any of us that have the notification bell on for the channel.
But before we do get started, we have an important sponsor. Most of you probably wish that you could understand anime without subtitles, right? No. Alright, come on, don't lie. We all have. I know there's some of you right now going, "Watashi wa Nihongo hanashimasu."
He's out of line, but he's right.
And today we're going to help you with your dream, because with Rosetta Stone you can learn how to talk like your favorite anime character. But I don't mean just random words you hear, I mean their actual language. Thanks to Rosetta Stone's teaching methods based on immersion, you'll begin speaking a brand new language in just one day. Rosetta Stone does its absolute best to make learning new language fun and playful, not at all like the other teaching methods that are more academic in nature and almost seems designed to bore you. No matter where you are, at home, at work, on your phone, on your computer, or even on the toilet at your local game shop, Rosetta Stone's proprietary tools and true accent speech recognition technology creates a learning experience that won't just teach you what to say, but how to say it too. So you can become so good that you can survive an interaction and thrive in the real world by holding a full conversation in a completely new language. But Rosetta Stone doesn't just teach you Japanese, but you can learn French, German, Russian, Chinese, Spanish, and any other language you want. So click that link down below to get yourself around 40% off on the lifetime subscription. Usually it's $2.99, but for you guys, it's only $1.79.
But seeing Asta in action truly makes it worth it, as it ties into the entire story with how everything led to this goated moment. Asta's power scaling is completely busted right now, we all get it. No one stands a chance right now against Lucifer's vessel and his overwhelming gravity, except for Asta. Like, think about it. Remember when Noct, a vice captain, he's in his prime, that man's sexy, he's strong, he has 4 devils, we know Noct ain't weak. But even Noct said he was going absolutely insane in his mind just from the presence of Nama and Lilith, the supreme devil. But Asta doesn't get to feel this pressure, and that gives him even more advantage to play the role he's bestowed. Chapter 316 showcases Lucifer's ugly worm-looking thing continuing to wreak havoc as it acts as his vessel. Now,
Hold up. Wait a minute.
did you guys see that? Do you see it? I'll give you some time to see what's going on in this panel. That's right. There's 4 cocoons being formed from the Tree of Cliff of Ritual. What the heck are these? If you are up to date with the channel and have ring the notification bell to be on the same page as the rest of the community, then you might have realized that these cocoons have actually been shaping up for a long time, and now this chapter gives us a clear image on them. It was previously thought that there was 3 cocoons, each representing one king of hell. However, with the latest chapter, we now know that this can't be the case thanks to the 4th cocoon. A lot of you may have already been able to connect the dots and see where we're going with this. The 4 cocoons could each represent one of the 4 zogratis siblings, becoming reborn through the Tree of Cliff of Spell. But what is the basis for that? Well, in chapter 310, the 4th zogratis sibling tells Zenon that they'll destroy humanity temporarily and then give them a rebirth with undying bodies. as we all know, the fourth Zogratis sibling manipulated Zenon and corrupted his goodwill to serve as a pawn for his plan. However, it's strange that the fourth Zogratis sibling has yet to be seen, despite his importance to the Dark Triad, where he's the one that put them on this path, but is nowhere in the story. It's likely that the fourth Zogratis sibling is actually already dead due to his illness or something else. That's a possibility too. And with the advent of Cliff-Off, he will somehow come back to life. It would make a lot of sense as to how he got into contact with the devils, as him being in a wheelchair signifies him being weak. I think that during this time, there is a possibility that the fourth sibling had traded his life for the sake of the contracts with the higher tier devils, and his connection to death and the underworld is what brought the Dark Triad together with their respective devils. Seeing as how the Dark Triad are all down for the count, and Dante's and Varnica's death were off screen, they weren't confirmed. Well, Zenon's was, but theirs wasn't. And the Clover Kingdom seemed to be having an overwhelming win streak against the Spade Kingdom. Them being reborn could be a way of balancing things out. With each passing second, Lucifer continues to manifest. That is, however, until our boy, yes I said it, our goat, the goat, Asta shows up, looking like a badass, harnessing his anti-magic and controlling his breath. I could control my breathing, but he's harnessing his anti-magic and controlling his breathing just like Yami. Remember that Asta is a quick learner and is actually a prodigy when it comes to adapting to situations. At the end of the day, he learned how to use ki in the middle of a fight, mastering this technique. Even if we look back at the Dante fight when he decides to help Yami in chapter 258, we can see that Asta realizes that he needs to synchronize his breathing and movements with his captain, otherwise he was holding him back. Asta has seen Yami perform his spells, and in the Liber fight, we saw his memories helping him mimic those that have helped him on his journey to become the Wizard King. So all the foreshadowing was pretty much there as Asta emulates his captain and how to use the katana. Katana must be used in a very specific manner where it's more concentrated and swift. We know Yami specifically uses the Iodo stance, which is a Japanese style of swordsmanship that emphasizes awareness of one's surroundings and drawing one's sword swiftly and smoothly, controlling your breathing. Remember the attack Yami used against Dante just to body him in one slash over and over? Yeah, that pretty much is his fighting style, and Asta's copied it. The chapter then showcases a flashback to a few moments before, when the Black Bulls came blazing through to fight Morris. Asta announced he and Liber had a plan to save Yami without hurting anybody else. And I don't want to say like, okay guys, we get it, Yami is amazing. We all know, right? We can't forget how much I personally simp for Yami. But this joke isn't dying. William is in danger too, but nobody mentions it again.
Who?
Anyway, all of the Black Bull members cheer Asta on, and Finral reaches out his hand, using his spatial magic to then teleport Asta on top of a small mountain in a distance. Doesn't this panel just prove yet again how everyone looks up to Asta now? Kinda like when Naruto saved the village against Pain. If Asta helped stop Lucifer and the fourth Zogratis, how would anyone deny that he is worthy of Wizard King? After this arc, and at that point on, no one should be even disrespecting Asta anymore that he's a peasant. When Naruto beat Pain, he became the village hero and world famous, and people stopped doing it as much. So I'm expecting this to happen with Asta as well.
Shut up, bitch!
This brings us back to where the chapter began. Liber confirms with Asta that they are able to cut through Lucifer's vessel. We see Asta and Liber thinking about why they are fighting. Asta to save Yami and Liber to avenge Lucifero. However, keep in mind that Asta still isn't aware of this fact. We, the readers, got to see Liber's backstory completely, whilst Asta only felt his feelings when he was remembering his story. So the two go into Devil Union as the 30-minute interval between each usage is now up, which, you guessed it, it means it's that time again when a shonen protagonist unlocks more drip. My man's looking like a samurai, Japan ting, buff ting, strong, sexy tail. Look at them boots. Look at them boots. Look at those wings, the cape, the horns, the crown. Like, oh my god, he's looking like a devil samurai. I'm so proud. Oh my god. Now, as we know, with each one of his swords he uses, Asta's Devil Union appearance looks slightly different. This time he is using Devil Union, the 4th sword Demon Slasher. If you guys want to know more about all of Asta's abilities and swords, then check out the video being displayed to you right now, as it's important that all of us are on the same page as the rest of the community. As I said, by sharing your mana and giving your help, I kind of predicted this months ago that Asta's new form would be samurai inspired. And his new move is directly inspired by Yami himself, where he will use the Equinox spell with anti-magic. I'm not kidding, pretty much this whole chapter, step by step, word for word, was predicted. It's pretty scary how accurate we ended up being. Maybe, I am Tabata's friend after all.
What did he say?
Asta mentions how neither him or Liber were chosen by Mana, but that's exactly why they will choose for themselves, which essentially means we will carve our own path into the world and create our own destiny. No matter how society judged them and was prejudiced and treated them as unequal, they will still push forward and achieve their goal of Wizard King. As Asta launches his new spell, Demon Slasher Infinity / Equinox, he cuts Lucifer's Vessel Worm thing in half and frees Yami. And so with Yami saved,
oh, and William too, remember?
Who?
Yami and Nacht congratulate Asta for succeeding. Yami really hit the jackpot back in the start of the series when he chose Asta to join the Black Bulls, because if he hadn't put his faith in that little loudmouth back then, he'd be dead right now. That being said, I think it's too early to start celebrating just yet, as I'm sure many of you resonate with me here when I say that this arc has been going a bit too well, and by that I mean it's been too easy for the good guys. I feel Tabata will be planning a large plot twist soon, similar to when he reviewed William to be Patry and seemingly killed Julius to truly send us to the final act of this arc. And that could be, ladies and gentlemen, finally revealing the 4th zogratis sibling, which is what the whole community right now is currently talking about. Who is the 4th zogratis sibling and who is the infamous Time Devil King? But there is another theory in the community that everyone is talking about regarding Julis Novachrono. I think personally it could be a load of waffle. I don't think there's a likely chance that this could come true. Harrison has made a video on his channel in the past pestering about it all day. I even asked you guys on Twitter, what do you guys think? The poll pretty much spoke for itself, where you guys are saying no, it's not gonna happen. So I'm not gonna waste your time, I'm not gonna ruin your day. Let's not talk about it in this video. Bye bye, guys.
I win this time, Adil. I have gone rogue. You cannot hide from the Julius Time Devil theory.
What did he say?
Oh no, gringe. I know, you can stop booing. I know that it's blasphemy that I would even think that this is the case. First off, I know what you're thinking, but his name's Julis Novachrono, not Julius Zogratis. And to that I say,
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
if he's gonna be the big brain puppeteering master supervillain that all shonen have, he's not gonna name himself after the bad guys, is he? For all we know, Novachrono could just be a fake name. Because if we think back to the first time we see Julius, you may remember something slightly peculiar. Julius was first seen using transformation magic, and that's where the red flags begin to occur. You see, it is stated in the Black Clover universe that only a select few are capable of having 2 types of magic. They are hybrids, which we know isn't the case with Julius. Patry pretty much confirmed this when he said in his battle with Julius that he's just a human. The other instance of dual magic types is someone like Mars, but he's the result of illegal magic experiments achieved only by Morris. And Morris became acquainted with the Dark Triad way after Julius got his 2 types of magic, so that's off the cards. Leaving us with Devil Host. Julius. Dante, Zenon and Vanica, along with Morris too, all displayed their own magic attributes of themselves as well as their respective devils. However, he does say that he was born with the magic to steal time, which alludes to the fact that he was, in fact, as he says, born with this magic in chapter 143. However, as we know, the Zogratis family have a connection to devil binding rituals, and so, who's to say Julius hasn't had the time devil since a very early age? And him saying since he was born is just another way of him saying since I was very young. I mean, time magic's gotta be pretty goddamn rare, right? Surely. And the fact that a time devil exists and we already have a time wizard, you can't help but be a little bit skeptical and, you know, put 2 and 2 together. Yes, maybe in this scenario we're doing that and getting 3, but it's worth bringing up anyway. On top of this, I want to draw a similarity between Zenon and Julius, and that's a visual one. As we've already established, Julius has transformation magic and can alter his entire appearance. So let's say, hypothetically, Julius transformed the colour of his hair from black to blonde? Yeah? No? Maybe? How would he look like with black hair anyway? Oh my god, just like Zenon, he's basically an older Zogratis sibling.
This guy is fucking stupid.
Now I know, you're probably going to think I'm a dumbass. Obviously, this could just be nothing more than Tabata's artistic style. That's understandable, I'm hearing you. So let's take a closer look at the plot and see if we can make any interesting connections there with Julius's story and the Dark Triad's plan. And what I mean by that is, let me cherry pick the ones that suit my theory best. Now, like we've already mentioned, there's the abnormality of him having 2 different types of magic, which has never been explained and almost seems like it's been purposely left that way by Tabata. Have you ever taken a moment to think about some of the people Julius has taken a great interest in throughout the story?
Nope.
Most notably, 4 characters in particular. We have Morgan and Asta. Morgan, of course, was part of the Faust family, and thus had connections with devils whether he liked it or not. Asta, of course, is a devil host, and straight away, with just these 2 characters, there are 2 very big coincidences. But hey, Julius just loves all kinds of magic, right? Well, we also have Yami and William, who he became extremely close with, essentially making them who they are today by inviting them into the Magic Knights, whereas everybody else discriminated against them. 2 people who just so happen to be essential to the Dark Triad's plan. You know, dark magic and world tree magic. This would also explain the Patry versus Julius fight. Back then, people wondered why Julius didn't just kill Patry. After all, he said he couldn't lose, right? Yes, I know. There's the moral high ground answer of, well, Julius simply didn't want to kill Patry because it was William's body too, and he didn't want to kill his friend. Well, that's the easy explanation. But I wonder if there was an ulterior motive behind sparing William's body, and that's the fact that Julius needed the world tree magic of his to open the tree of cliff off. He also happened to let William off the hook, despite, you know, instigating a whole ass war against the Clover Kingdom with the elves. Whereas you look at someone like Gweldre, for example, who was thrown into prison for his crimes, and it's even alluded to the fact that Julius may have even killed him, if not for the others being around, as he said without them, he wouldn't have been able to tone down his magic. So if Gweldre was thrown into prison for betraying the kingdom, why was William left off the hook, if not for the fact that he was needed by Julius? Last thing I want to mention is, where has Julius been all this time during the war against the Dark Triad? He is the Wizard King after all, and yet it was down to Asta to save the Clover Kingdom. Now obviously the easy answer here is that he isn't strong enough anymore after using his spell to rewind time and revive himself, right? After all, he looks like a kid now and has 1 single page for a grimoire. But, and I understand it's a stretch, we have to remember Julius has transformation magic. How do we know that this child form and page is nothing more than just a spell of his so that he has an excuse not to be fighting his siblings, huh? All whilst not looking too suspicious to the citizens. Julius was also the most knowledgeable out of everyone when it came to the existence and intricacies of the devils. He was the one who explained what the Veg curse was to Asta and Sekre, whereas nobody else knew. None of the royals or regular humans knew what devils were or really of their existence, but somehow Julius understood immediately. Plus, we know Asta's union form is lasting another 5 minutes. If the arc just happened to end now abruptly without making him fight again, or seeing who the hell the 4th Zogratis sibling is, then the arc would be left with a lot of holes. We still don't even know how the hell the Dark Triad got their deals with the devils, since they definitely didn't do the ritual level of servant that demons don't even listen to them. And I mean, Dante cannot beat Lucifer, I don't care what you say. So either the fourth zogratis is going to be a completely new character with Adil's theory from a month ago. I mean, I suppose you can watch that if you want to. Or you can be on Team Julius with me. That's right, everybody. I want Julius to be evil. Okay, now, if we're being real, hopefully we are wrong, because we don't want to see Julius be evil. We all really like his character. However, let's be honest, it would make for one hell of a plot twist. So let's see if Tabata ends this arc with a bang, and let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. Are you Team Adil when it comes to the fourth zogratis, or are you Team Harrison? Also, remember to check out Rosetta Stone by clicking the link in the description and the pinned comment. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and ding that notification bell so that you never miss out on a future video. Also, make sure to check out the merch at animedrip.shop, and we'll be seeing you guys in another video. But until then, bye-bye.